points, you know, when they are mixy, and I feel like they thrive in chaos is what I've kind of seen a lot of the time, especially when we watch them like play maps like Vista this qualifier to this point. So just trying to find ways to kind of bring that over to the Rio. A good opener, 2 for 1, the opening exchange pentagram, and that's the moment where it's just like you get the first, you don't need to force the second, not when you only have one other teammate with you, which is an AR and Shawnee. Just a little bit of an over challenge, but Shawnee still makes the best of it, follows up, picks up the pieces.
Yeah, Shawnee's doing his best to at least contest it, but it's still more bodies from the top of the middle of the map in LA. So they're able to stabilize it, just trade effectively to the top side, and now with only 20 seconds left, Boston Breach forced to make a decision. Are we going to contest it, not give them all this time, but we also cannot flip the spawns. At least a majority of the kills go in their favor, and you still have the spawns, even with LA finding all 4 kills in the feed. So they're going to be able to breach that 30-point mark, but now you're in a situation where you have to make up for it here at P2.
Yeah, initially, the timing of Snoopy and Pentagram channeling together looked so perfect, but the Thieves were just in great spots to immediately follow up on the damage that had already been tallied, and now you got to move around the back for spawn control, and that should be enough to move it around. And, well, would you look at Ghosty? He's just gatekeeping rotation over towards P4. A good finish off of Snoopy, but still, Thieves will get into the hard point, and you've got Crimp on 5 on this opener.
And that's just too easy. Like, if you're Boston, you know exactly where the pressure's going to come in, and that's all throughout the middle of the map. And unfortunately, none of the gunfights go their way, so LA are able to instantly flip the spawns, but at least Shawnee with the response finding 3 through the front to not allow them into this hard point. But with 25 seconds left, Boston Breach, hit your nades, hit your stuns, try to get them off at this time as much as you possibly can. But going into this P3, you have to make up for it now again.
Yes, and that's another moment where, again, you see good kill feeds coming through for Boston, but it's the last guy left alive finding a couple of trades that doesn't allow you to actually move into the hard point. So a convincing scoreboard to this point could be right around the 60-point mark to 3 for Boston, being challenged on rotation, but dealing with it. A chance for Boston to reap up some early time here on the third hill.
Yeah, they need this time. They need to try to shut down this first push coming in from LA. The initial gunfight that started off is going to go in favor of Nasty. Joe Deceives instantly there for the trade, but the spawn's still in the backside for Boston. You do have one player, though, and Cramp working his way through box. He's able to win the one-on-one. The break is in, but Boston is still spawning towards the back.
Wait, how's Cramp got...
Oh, my God.
Stay alive that long. Looked like he'd have been dead to rights. Doors pop open. Pentagram's nade don't actually get into the hard point, and now everyone's just chasing him down. Nowhere to go. Focus goes back over towards the front. And this is what we were kind of talking about with the 6-star. Is just Boston just cannot put together a concentrated break attempt, and Thieves are running away with the map now all of a sudden.
It's just very difficult when you rotate early. You put yourself in the best possible setup with 20 seconds before that new hill pops, and then your first player who's watching the most important cut falls. Now you're forcing everybody else to scatter themselves or readjust their setup. And unfortunately, you just weren't able to get that read on Crep, who somehow, some way is able to find 3. And then you would expect Boston to win this rotation over towards next. But again, they are just late to the party.
Absolutely. And the thing about it is, that, you know, as much as you can come across as criticizing about Boston's timing on trying to hit these hard points, Thieves are doing a great job of making sure they're breaking the timings. Getting forward right before Boston can even set up their approaches. Getting a kill here, kill there, just taking away 1 point of ingress immediately. And it just leaves Boston with very little to no options. And that's happening right here, right now. 5 in a row for Ghosty, 4 in a row for Nasty, and the Thieves have taken a 100-point lead with a cruise missile now earned by Dan Ghosty.
Oh my God, Boston, come on. We got to show up a little fight here. 20 seconds left. We're not going to be able to get any time over to P4, but we have to hit the rotation now. There you go. A couple kills off the rotation to set up your squad for the perfect scenario at this P5 Bridge Hill, where you need to make up time, but you got to keep in mind that Thieves with that cruise missile, they're definitely going to use it in this situation.
Yeah. Cramp. Right in the backside defending. 1v1, won by Snoopy. That makes things a little messy here as the Thieves do call that cruise missile in terms of, do you actually have enough numbers to break this? 2 players will drop. That makes life a little bit easier. Snoopy has to get out of mid and try to help on the pinch. Finds the opener, but immediately traded by Cramp. Ghosty, other side, still building a bit of a streak. And this is what I mean, man. It's just Boston are finding themselves split spawn, stagger spawn. It just never feels like it's a 4-man hit, even a 3-man hit at times. And that cruise missile opens the door now for the Thieves to continue to just, again, run away with this map.
Yeah, you can just tell it's the same thing, the same story in map number 1. Just a lot of solo chows. I'm trying to be Superman, and unfortunately, it's coming back to bite them because every single time LA has someone in a trade positioning, Ghosty sitting at 21-6 on a 10 streak, trying to re-up on the cruise missiles. I don't think that's possible, but already coming out swinging his goes. He said, Pentagram, you had a good match. I'm going to one up that here in the hard point. And it's 160 to 35 at the end of our first rotation.
Yeah, not good. Not good if you're Boston. Double from Pentagram, trying to get this rotation off on the right foot. That's now all of a sudden 3 in a row. Snoopy trying to guard against the pinch, not going to work out. Nasty, does he get the full flip? Where does Snoopy spawn right here? And does Nasty expect this? May not matter because his focus is purely right back into the hard point. Now up the backside Eskies, runs out of ammunition, but back and forth go the kills. Ghosty trying to stay alive over towards the bridge, pistol out, but did not expect there to be 2 Boston members and a chance for Breach to get a little bit more time.
And now Pentagram is able to earn himself a little bit of a cruise missile. Does get shut down on that 7 streak. But Boston Breach trying to fight their way back into this game with some good time here at P1. Only 20 seconds remaining. Just can't allow these gunfights to go the opposite way because we saw what it was for LAT last go around. Instant pressure when they found a clean 4 dead to instantly flip the spawns for Boston Breach as they're going to be able to retake through top mid. But Boston Breach with those back spawns, you have to make this one count.
Yeah, Ghosty's just having himself a filthy map. Legitimately, his timings have been so freaking good. Split spawn moment here, though, for the Thieves. Couple members around the back. The other 2 will be hitting this from the front. And Pentagram's got a pretty solid read, at least on the couple of members around the backside of this hill. No kills yet. Cramp dealt with front side ramp, but the pinch still finding success. Pentagram, the only one to really come to tally kills. Shawnee trying to stay alive over towards the backside of the hard point, but it's Ghosty. Of course it is. Right immediately towards Banana, but no, can't quite get in to find Shawnee. So he stays alive now off the regen, and with Priesta there to support, Boston will get past the 100-point mark.
Yeah, Boston did a great job at this hill. They needed a response to give them some momentum going forward. Found a 20 only going to put you down by 60 points, and you still have that cruise missile in your back pocket. But when you have such a lead, that's going to allow LAT to make plays like this. We're going to challenge over to the old hill because who the hell cares? Going to be able to get the break with only 10 seconds left. Keep Boston Breach pushed back, but still, big picture, winning rotation over towards Nex.
Absolutely. A little bit of fight here for Boston, but they need to successfully break on their first attempt. Otherwise, this game will once again be a little bit more out of reach. Split hit. Snoopy on one side, Shawnee on the other, and then it'll be Pentagram and Priesta right down Eskies. And at least a little bit of development on this break starts to come through, but Thieves will spawn right back up into place. Priesta the last one up over towards the backside at the arcade, and that's enough for Kremp to just push right on out and then finds Shawnee topside Eskies with what very well may be one of the game-winning plays.
LAT are going to be able to breach that 200-point mark. Boston Breach trying to rally the troops through top mid to execute a very difficult break in towards this hard point. But all the kills in the feed are all red. LAT with everyone watching back at the 100 Thieves compound. I know that the energy was insane for the listening. I can only imagine what they're sounding like as they're only 42 points away from securing the series.
And they have rotation through boxes. Cramp ready to see if Shawnee's going to come through. Doesn't quite tally up to. So maybe a chance here for Boston to work with something, but you don't want to just be fully hitting this from boxes. And yeah, the rotation back from Snoopy just caught out as Thieves are very aware of what was happening. Pentagram calling in his crews. It feels like it gives maybe some space, some time, but Boston from the front need to find these eliminations. Priesta, first one in, dealt with quickly. Scuffle right over the top of the ramp, and it's Joe over towards boxes to deal with the majority of it. Final word from Ghosty, and now Thieves can win the map right here.
Yeah, it didn't even matter if the cruise missile was in the back pocket. It's very difficult to break in towards the P4. Especially when the crossfires are set up the way that Thieves have it. Only 15 seconds until they close out this series. The contest is going to be it for Boston. Shawnee's able to find a double. They're able to get the break with only 20 seconds left. But like I said, if you're LA with this much of a lead, you can challenge every single ounce of scrap time. You can also be late off the rotation because you've been able to find a lot of success on breaking. It's only a matter of moments before this game is done.
They have a Pentagram. Key 1v1 win, topside bridge. Gives Boston a chance on rotation, but the rest of the Breach members trying to come around to assist are just not getting here. Oh, maybe it doesn't make much of a difference. Shawnee, Pentagram, combined, finding every single kill. It's a long road, friends, don't get me wrong, but a decent moment here for Boston.
Yep, now you got to make it count. Basically have to play perfect hardpoint from here on out, get your trophies down, potentially pick up some cruise missiles going forward, but the nades are hitting, the guns are hitting for LA. They were to find 2 in the feed. Boston, though, still maintaining over towards bridge side, so LAT, we don't want to start playing a little bit nasty.
Yeah.
Make sure we're doing the fundamental parts correctly because Boston Breeze, they're showing life.
And here we go. It's going to be a stack up right down the main street. Snoopy on the cutoff. That will work. 3 in a row. Hold on a second, friends. This has been a perfect P5. And you've got Pentagram trying to float over, but now he's got to kind of do 2 things at once. Joe Deceives down low, stuck on 5 HP. Still takes down 1 with him. Thieves cannot win here anymore, but they're also a bit limited on numbers. Boston will commit through the old time, but the hard point opens up. Sean is going to call him the Crucibles. This better land. It better get there quickly as well. Able to take down 1, but Crimp, Joe Deceives right back into the hard point. Boston trying to chase them out, and they successfully clear. So now it's just down to holding it every single step of the way from here on out.
Yeah, you just got to get a read of what LA are going to do, because they're going to take a really long route. Someone's going to try to make one play to secure this game. And with 35 seconds still remaining at this P1 HP, it looks like the fights are going to come over towards the bridge side, but the Sean man able to find a double, at least relieve some of that pressure, but now it's a 2v1 towards the hill. LAT, they get the break, and that is going to be the series.